there, how you doing? I hope you're having a phenomenal week. End to your week anyway. It's Valentine's Day, so I hope lots of you are loved up on your business. I want to talk to you today about the importance of understanding why we're not getting enough done. And notice I'm saying we're because I'm included in this, okay? I'm going to be honest with you. When we're not getting enough done, there are really, typically reasons why this happens in our business. So, I prefer that filter. Do you? Let me know if you prefer that filter. I'm all fresh-faced, just come back from New York City. I've had an amazing time connecting with people, doing lots of fun stuff in my business, but also some of you saw me on the Wendy Williams show. I've even had messages on my LinkedIn, which has been quite fun. It wasn't intentional at all. It was a surprise trip for me in terms of me connecting with people. Hey, Kerry, how you doing? So I had a really fun time over in New York. I'd just come back literally and thought I would jump on because I'm aware that when we're in business, a lot of us are doing way too much. And so I just wanted to share some tips today that may or may not help you in your business if you're someone who is wanting to get better results, but perhaps you're stuck on knowing what to do, the order in which to do things, but also how to do it. And I think the how to is probably the least important. I think the clarity on knowing what to do and when to do it is most important. And let me know if you watch live or on the replay what it is you do in your business. And I'm just going to check my sound is okay via my other channel. So some of you will know I've got another page, insight2marketing.com. And it looks like I'm showing up fine. All right, so I wanted to just really share some tips with you on that. So, hey, Sharon, how you doing? Wanted to share some tips with you on that because for me, I think a lot of us get stuck when we're trying to do way too much. And I think overwhelm is something that actually prohibits us from getting the results we want in our business. So I don't know if you've ever felt overwhelmed before. I don't know if you've ever needed to pause or just get your head right. But part of the reason why we get to that stage is that we actually are doing way too much. And actually we feel like we're being productive and we feel like we're getting a lot done. But if I'm honest with you, the times when I'm doing way too much is when I'm getting least done. So I'm fortunate enough now to have a virtual assistant and also other members in my team that help me. But one of the things that I know in my business is that in getting the best results, it's been when I'm actually doing least. And that could be because I've outsourced work, or it might be because I've just taken some time to rein myself back in, because we have to do that, don't we? Or it may be where I've just got clear on what my priorities are. So for those of you who are watching now, for those of you who catch us on the replay, I do want to say to you, the reason why sometimes we don't get enough done is because we're trying to do too much. And as I said, I'm including myself in this. The reason why we don't get enough done is because we're overwhelmed. We're actually transfixed on just being busy all the time, but that busyness is not being productive, and that busyness is not actually getting us any real results. So I want you to think back to your New Year goals, if you set any New Year goals. And I want you to also think about and concentrate on some of the things you may have intentionally set out to do, whether that was launch a website, get some new clients, launch a new product, start a Facebook group, build an online community, launch a course. And just let me know via the comments if you can. And someone there said so true. Just let me know via the comments if you can. What were your plans, or what did you set out to do? What was your big vision for 2020? Because for me, I set out on about 20 different things for 2020 that I need to do. And honestly, most of them have actually happened, but some of them I've had to put on the back burner because, as I said at the start of this particular live, sometimes we try and do way too much. I've got a product. Some of you would not believe this unless you're in my community online and my private membership group, the Evolve to Grow community. But I have a product that I have had launching in preparation. Is basically 99.8% finished, and I haven't launched it yet. And it's not a specific reason other than I want to make sure, and because I'm a bit of a perfectionist sometimes, I've got to be honest, I want to make sure that product is to my liking. I don't want to launch it as a beta. I don't want to launch it as something that I'm going to be testing to see, what people think. I want to launch it where I'm 100% entirely happy with it. And so I've delayed it for over 12 months. Can you believe that? Yes, I'm a human. So many of you may be able to relate to this. And just let me know as you're watching with the number 1 in the comments. If you are in business, just let me know with the number 1 in the comments. And what I want to say to you today is, we don't get a lot of things done because we're trying to do too much. We're overdoing it, right? And one of the things that I learned very quickly, well, I'm lying. I've been in business now for over 7 years, but one of the things I learned after year 3 was you have to know when to switch off, and you also have to know when to stop doing stuff, right? So I've got some ones there. Excellent. So let me know what you're doing in your business at the minute, and we can have a conversation. And if you need some tips on anything in particular, I can help you if you want to get tips. But I do want to say to you that if you're in business at the minute and you're not necessarily getting the results you want, or perhaps you're stuck, get clarity, right? Get clarity on what can help you, because there are many people that may be accessible to you that you may not have reached out to, myself included, but there are also people that you could just go to for advice. It's not always going to be your friends and family, okay? It could actually be your clients, asking them what they need at this time. Things like launching the wrong product at the wrong time, or, putting out offers which nobody actually wants, could be detrimental to your business. Right? So one of the reasons why I was saying earlier you might not be getting stuff done is because you're doing too much, or because perhaps the second reason you're overwhelmed. The third thing is because you're putting out the wrong offers. Right? And again, I can resonate with this because I've done this before in the past. If you're putting out offers and either the timeliness of them is incorrect, or maybe the inconsistency of them is affecting, when you're showing up and you're not visible enough, or your brand isn't necessarily coming across the right way in the way that you're making these offers, that could actually be affecting how much you're getting done. Right? Put the word done in the comments box if you're watching with me. Please do. The word done. D-O-N-E. Right? Because that's what this live's about. If you're not getting stuff done in your business, there are very valid reasons for that. And I've got to be honest with you, I can relate, because in the last 7+ years of being in business, and in the last 24 years of actually running, campaigns and strategic branding and development and things like that, I've seen, right, that actually there are a lot of things that hold businesses back, not just solopreneurs, actually big companies as well. Because let me just put it to you this way. In the last 24 years, I've worked with really big companies, corporates, global companies, pharmaceutical companies, educational establishments, charities, public sector. And if it's one thing that I know is that when people don't have a plan, that's reason number 4, right? You also don't get things done. So you may not get a lot of things done because maybe you're trying to do too much, you're feeling overwhelmed, you're not clear on what offers you should be making, but also a 4th reason is you don't have a plan. So you may not be clear on exactly what steps you need to take, or your preference in terms of your pace and your activities that you need to implement to get things done. And I'm not talking about, an extensive plan, which is like reams and reams of paper and paragraphs of text. I'm just talking about something as simple as maybe 4 post-it notes on your laptop, or a sheet of paper on the side of your fridge or your notice board, right? Some of you have put the word done in there for me. Excellent. So think about what you can do in your business to get more done. All right. And if you're not getting things done, think about the 4 tips I've shared with you today that may help you. I'm just going to quickly dive back into this live on another phone, just to check it's all showing up okay. Think about what you can do in your business to get more done. Because strategically, if you're trying to grow your business, the best way to get things done is to have a plan, to get clear on what you need to do, to actually be consistent, to actually be clear on what you're doing to make offers that are relevant and timely and appropriate for your audience, but also to make sure that you're not overwhelmed. And I've got to stress to you, having a plan, having a planner, having a planning app, whatever it is you use, if you're not actually using it and it's just sat there like a fancy desk tool, or it's just like a handbag, a piece of junk in your handbag, that's not going to help you. So, as I said, just to wrap up, the reasons why we may not be getting things done is that it could be any one of the 4 things I've mentioned. This was just an impromptu live. I wanted to come on, been away for a while, and I just thought it'd be nice for me to just jump on here and share some tips with you. As I said, if you're not getting things done, it could be overwhelm, inconsistency, lack of visibility. Could be that you are not clear on your audience or your messaging, but it could be something as basic as your planning, or that you're trying to do way too much, right? So let me know via the comments if you can. How you found the live, if there's any tips that resonate with you. I know some of you have said so true on the comments, so thank you for that. But let me also know via the comments if you've got any questions on how to get clarity, on what to do first, on marketing, on branding, because I would like to be able to help more of you. As a mother of 4 children, and I do include my eldest 2, even though they're aged 17 and 24, as my children, because they are very demanding. My son's been on the phone to me today for nearly 5 to 10 calls about his Valentine's gift for his let's say best friend, and these things take up my time. Raising children takes time, so you can imagine running a business whilst doing family stuff, running a business, hey Monique, whilst organizing events, running a business whilst organizing siblings parties, running events whilst running your family, looking after loved ones, looking after the elderly people in your family takes time. So if you're not getting enough done, but you're trying to do all of those things I've just mentioned, run a family, look after siblings, look after, events, organizing, chief bottle washer, if that's the term, right? Then actually having a plan, getting clear on what you're doing, making sure that you are talking to your ideal customers, but also reducing your overwhelm through making sure you've got a better idea of what you're doing when you're doing it, and a list of activities that you can work with at your pace. That's going to massively help you. I entitled today's live when we're not getting stuff done. And as I said, I'm included in that because I know that through raising my 4 children, juggling different balls, through trying to, show up and be visible, through trying to coach clients, through actually working with other organizations. Look, an earring's falling out. This is what happens when you go live, right? Through trying to, resonate with my audience, be there for them, be present. I serve clients because I'm a coach, I'm a mentor globally, and I'm also doing a lot of consultancy work. So juggling all of those balls, as I'm sure many of you are juggling different balls, needs to have, an element of togetherness, because the minute that one of those balls drops, that's your brand reputation on the line. So I did entitle this When You're Not Getting Stuff Done, because if you're not getting stuff done at the moment, I'm going to say to you, you need to make sure that you're clear on what you're doing, when you're doing it, your priorities, but also, is what you're doing, are all of these tasks you're doing actually relevant to what you're trying to achieve now? Yeah? Monique said it's a full-time job in itself. Absolutely. Are all of the tasks you're doing, just let me know with a 1 or a 2, a 1 for a yes and a 2 for a no. Could you honestly say that all the activities you're doing right now are relevant to your big goal for February or March? Give me a number 1 in the comments box. If you're currently working towards all of your goals and doing all the right things in your mind, give me number 1. And give me number 2 if you're not really sure. Hi, Teresita, how you doing? Lovely to see you. So my earring dropped out on my live. Don't think I should try and find it. But today's live was entitled When We're Not Doing Enough. When we're not getting things done and when we're not doing enough. And I'm trying to squeeze my hand now into this small crevice in my car. I think I better stop before I get my hand jammed on the live. So, as I was saying, just to recap, if you're not clear, if you're feeling like, I'm doing a lot but not seeing any results, if your brand's out there but you're not really showing up the way you want to get your clients, if perhaps you're feeling like you want to pull your teeth out because every time you do something, every time you sell something, you're hearing crickets, let's have a chat, right? When I was in New York, I got 3 new clients. 2 saw me on a live. One of them has actually been watching me for a while and I had no idea. Another one just messaged me on the back of an email, and they're for quite big projects. And I just want to say to all of you, as a word of encouragement, this is not about selling. This is not about, how to make more money in your business. I'm just talking about how you can get more done in your business. And you've got to remember that by taking baby steps in your business, you will be able to work towards bigger goals and see better success, right? So if you're watching this now, baby steps, that's the hashtag for today's live, baby steps. Even if you're taking baby steps, okay, you will eventually see results. It's so important that we recognize that in order for us to see results in our business, we have to be consistent. And if it's just baby steps that you're taking, then let it be baby steps until you can actually see a bigger, step possible. You can't rush anything. You have to be ready as well. So as I said, one of the reasons why we're not getting stuff done is because we're trying to do too much. We're unclear on what we need to be doing. We haven't yet sought expert help. We haven't yet organized our time. We haven't yet thought through the activities we're doing. And maybe, as I said, you're trying to do way too much. So you're being busy rather than productive. If that's you and you want help, first thing I'm going to get you to do is take a look at some of my IGTV videos. They're absolutely free. Just have a little binge, which is the word that a few of you have used. Have a little binge on my free materials. But if you're ready now to invest in something, I do want to say, particularly if it's around your branding, I have a 30% offer on at the moment. It's for, if you're on my email list, you'll see it, you'll get a direct link to it. If you want the link to it, you can let me know via the comments or via a direct message. So if you need help with your branding, I have my bombastic branding program, which has been running now for years. Many of you would have seen it. Some of you would have been on it. Some of you would have seen the reviews on it. And that is here for you if you need to work on your brand this year and you want to get clear on what you're doing. The bombastic branding program is a 6-step approach to have a consistent, visible, and also relevant brand in 2020. Okay, if you're interested in finding out more about that, just drop me a line or comment below and I'll make sure you've got the link, because there's a 30% offer on. And as I'm speaking to you now, I've got people messaging me now trying to get my attention with regards to products that I have on offer. So yeah, if you want help on that, then please do message me about that. You can grab that 30% off deal today. And if you are not yet ready to, dabble in any kind of investment, that's absolutely fine. But make sure that you have considered joining me on the 20th of February, because on the 20th of February, I'll be running a complimentary masterclass to help you plan. But for those of you that have been doing a lot of free stuff, either with myself or others, I do want to say to you, at some point, you need to be ready to dip your toe in the water and actually invest in your business. And I'm not talking about financial. I'm talking about actually sitting down, working out what to do to get you results. And that may or may not require a financial investment. You already know I'm here for you if you are genuinely passionate about getting results. You also know that I have over 300 plus testimonials online, my website, my LinkedIn, my Facebook, show how passionate I am. If you're ready for your business to grow and you want to get help, then do reach out and let's have a chat. My title today was When You're Not Getting Stuff Done. And if you know that you're not getting stuff done for one or all of the reasons that I've mentioned in today's live, I would urge you to check out my email today, or just to look at some of my IGTV videos and get the help if you need it, because we're now nearly in March. And actually, for those of you that have been watching me or connected to me since last year, January, you'll know that last year, every month I was giving you the countdown till we got to December, when some of you started panicking, right? And I want to help more of you to get educated and comfortable with getting uncomfortable. And that may mean investing in a planner, spending £19 on a book that's going to give you over 200 plus ideas to help you promote your business. That may mean investing, over £200 on an online course. But I promise you that the minute you do that and you start applying yourself properly, okay, you will see a shift, not only in your mindset, but also in the way that your business develops. So have a phenomenal weekend. Show some love to your business. Look, the earring's out. Live stream with just one earring. If you just joined, let me tell you, I started this live with 2 earrings in my ears, okay? Have a phenomenal weekend. I'll speak to you soon. Let me know for any of you who haven't actually reached out if you need help. And for those of you who have reached out and you are looking out for emails from Nadine, they will be with you by 3 p.m. today. Take care. Bye.